Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about the RadCity Step-Thru, version number 3. I've been wanting an e-bike for a while, and I bought one of those inexpensive Amazon bikes initially, and I enjoyed it so much. It was such a great bike. I'll talk about that probably on another video. Then I decided I wanted to upgrade to something a little higher quality, a little bigger battery, bigger motor, a little bit bigger company behind it, all those things, and Rad seemed to offer all of that. So initially I wanted the Rad Runner, was what I had my eyes on, but as far as the features went, it just didn't seem to have very much. It didn't have fenders, it didn't have much of a display. If you wanted any accessories, it seems like anything that you wanted it was not included. So I decided to look at something else, and I saw the Rad City, and the Rad City includes the rear rack, which I wanted, the fenders, which normally I've never had that on a bicycle before, but having ridden through a few puddles and rain and overwash from sprinklers and getting my pants wet or my legs wet, I decided that was a way to go. And then of course the screen. So the Rad City has a LCD readout, which gives you a little bit more information, odometer, speedometer, those types of things. And of course there's plenty of accessories available for it too. I picked up this rack, but I'll tell you a little bit about the experience. We went to the Rad opened up a store here in Southern California down by San Diego in Imperial Beach. And so we went down there on Sunday to check it out. I knew I wanted to order the bike no matter what. It was just a matter of going to check it out and see if I really wanted the City over the Runner. And since they were offering test rides, I talked to my wife, figured that was the best way to go. So we went down there, and on a Sunday morning at 11 a.m. that place was packed. I mean, absolutely packed. People going off on test rides, people rolling new bikes out of the showroom, loading them into their cars. I mean, they're doing really big business down there, which is understandable because, again, it's a reputable bike company with a big reputation and a lot of advertising. They advertise on podcasts and things like that. Even not just bike podcasts or electric car podcasts, but general podcasting. So anyway, we got down there. I took a ride on a RadRunner Plus because I figured the Plus has most of the accessories I want, including one I don't want, which would have been the passenger thing. I don't really plan on riding anyone around on my bike. So we got there. There were a lot of people test riding and taking home RadRunner Pluses. So I signed up, got my place in line, took off on the RadRunner, and it was fun. But I didn't think it was really the bike for me. It was a little low to the ground. Didn't quite like the handlebars the way my grip was, and obviously it was more expensive than the City. It's $17.99 versus this one, which is now $15.99. Now I had seen videos previously where it said it was $14.99, but they're $15.99 now. Either way, it's a great deal. So then I test rode the Rad City. Not this exact one. I test rode the demo model they had, which had the suspension seat post, which was super comfortable, a lot more than I thought it would be, and actually it's probably worth the money. But I was sold. So I decided to pick this one up, excuse me. And I knew I wanted the rack. I decided to get the orange to give it a little contrast. They make orange pedals. I want to get the orange pedals too, but they didn't have those in stock, and I couldn't find. Rad doesn't have an orange bottle holder, so I ended up ordering just this basic one off Amazon. But if they ever come out with an orange one, I'm definitely going to get that. And of course they have orange grips and things like that, but for now I went with just the front rack. So I told the guys what I wanted. Everyone's super helpful, friendly. Like I said, the place was absolutely packed, so everyone's just having a good time. It's almost like a party down there, and they're situated right on the coast, so they have the best place to test ride. You roll your bike off, you're maybe 50 feet down, make a left, and you have the whole San Diego coast area on your right side. They said, take that path, the bike path, as far as you want. You can go all the way to Coronado Bridge and come back, which I didn't, but still I got a pretty good test ride in, decided what I wanted, went in, told them what I wanted. Initially I wanted the white. They said they didn't have any white assembled, and that's funny because when you first tell them what you want, they don't really ask, do you want it in a box or do you want it assembled? They just assume you want it assembled. So I said, you know what, that's fine. The black is probably better anyway, and it'll look cool with the orange contrast, so I got the black. They brought out an assembled one, and of course they charge you $99 for assembly, which is fine because they say it goes through a 46-point inspection and whatnot. So great. Loaded it up in the truck. They helped me out with that because pretty heavy. I'm not going to go over all the specs. Obviously, you can see that online or on any video. But it's over 60 pounds. And once you get it up onto the bed of your truck, when you're first getting it up there, it can shimmy on you a little bit. It's a little out of whack. So got the bike, went home. They said charge the battery for 12 hours the first day. So I did that because it wasn't even half full. It was on the red, which is the last bar. So I charged it to full, almost 12 hours. Then went for the first bike ride, and I noticed when I was shift down from 7th to 6th, there was an issue with the derailleur. So took it right back that same day. They looked at it. Okay, they made a quick adjustment. Everything's fine. I rode around in there for about 15 minutes, and everything was fine. Okay, cool. I mean, I'm thinking, hey, I paid $99 for this 64 or 46 point inspection, whatever it was. I would have expected it to be perfect. It wasn't perfect. Fine. So I came back, did a little riding around with my wife, and then the next day I went on my morning ride, which I like to do, and I noticed the handlebars were loose, up and down, which of course that's an easy fix, Allen wrench, piece of cake, but again, if it went through this big inspection, you would have expected that to be fixed, or not an issue in the first place, but whatever. Overall, I'm very happy with the bike. If I had to do it again, I would definitely get this model, maybe as a second bike sometime. The RadRunner or the Runner Plus might be a way to go, but I went with this one, very happy with it. Got a bike lock. I got a little mount for an action camera. Put my phone mount down here. There's not a lot of space on the handlebars, unless you want your phone tightly or slightly askew. I don't know. There's probably different phone holders, of course, but I really like this one because it has a lock on the back, so it'll lock the phone in and it won't flex anymore. But this seems like to be a pretty good spot. I can make the turn without really hitting it too much. Of course, I just hit it right now, but I'm usually not going to turn that sharp. I did order the rear basket for the rack, so I'll mount that as soon as I get it. That one was hard to catch in stock. It took me almost a week to find it in stock online, but I got lucky. Early in the morning, before work, I think it was something around 5 in the morning, I ordered it. Checked it later on that day. I looked to see if it was in stock around noon, maybe 11 or noon. It was already out of stock, and I haven't seen it back in stock since, so I really got lucky. Can't wait for it to get here, because then I can take my lock off the front and put it on the back. But overall, I'm happy with my purchase. I've only got 18 miles on it, so I shouldn't say it's the greatest thing ever, but so far I'm loving it. I like the feature that you have the built-in bell. My previous Amazon e-bike, I had to buy a bell, and then in order to situate it, I had to do a lot of moving things around to get it to where it was within thumb distance. And now that I've passed that bike on to my wife, her hands aren't quite as big, so she can't reach the control panel, so I'll have to adjust that. But anyway, we're not talking about that bike. We're talking about the RadRunner. An interesting thing, they told me at the shop that I should charge it the first day close to 12 hours as possible, which I did, and then run it all the way down to empty, and then charge it for almost 12 hours again, then run it down to empty, and charge it to almost 12 hours again, and then after that it would be what they call balanced. But when you check on their website, it tells you sort of the opposite, to do the first charge for up as close to 12 hours as possible, then go for one ride, and then charge it again for as close to 12 hours as possible, and then go for one more ride, charge it again for almost 12 hours as close as possible, and then it's balanced. So I'm not sure what to do on that one. After the initial charge, I haven't charged it yet, because honestly at 18 miles I haven't even taken 20% off the battery yet. So I think once I knock one bar off the battery, I will do the full charge. We'll see. Let's see, other than that, of course it comes with the disc brakes, and they did tell me you got to wear those in, so I'm, even on their website it tells you get up to 10 miles an hour minimum, and then hit the brakes, not slam them on, but go one brake at a time to where you can come to a stop, start over again, do that at least 10 times on each lever, and you should be good. So far so good. I'm getting a lot of squeaking though out of the back brake, but again, it's brand new. Hopefully that'll go away. Yeah, so overall I'm happy with the bike. It's comfortable, the seat's comfortable. I think, where I live, I don't do a lot of riding where I'm going to lock it up, but eventually that'll be the plan, go to Trader Joe's or, Sportsman's Warehouse, whatever, and be able to lock it up outside. I don't think I have to worry about the seat getting stolen, but I'd like to look at one of those non-quick release binders for the seat post, or maybe when I lock it, I can go up and under one of these things here that hold the seat in place. We'll see. One thing to get used to with this front rack, I noticed when I put the camera here and I was filming my wife and I riding around this morning, she would make a turn and I would make a turn, but the camera would keep facing that way until the bike came around, so I would lose her a lot. The reason we want to film her is she's new to riding a bike. She didn't grow up riding one, so she's kind of learning. Learning on an electric bike, I think, is pretty easy because you don't have to worry about pedaling as much as just keeping her balance. You know, with that just level 1 pedal assist, she was looking way better versus a normal non-pedal assisted bike. So I think that's the way to go. But overall, that's it. That's the Rad City. I'll be doing a lot of videos to come of my rides. We're going to be going down to Huntington Beach, San Diego, wherever, with our friends, and maybe just my wife and I, and checking out some local parks and trails and things like that. Yeah, so if you like the Rad City like I do and want to see more content about it, please like this video, subscribe, and comment. I'd love to hear comments. This is my first, or we'll call it first electric bike. The first one I bought, I only put about 20 miles on it, so it's built to last, so we'll put it to the test. All right, thanks very much.